Using my Cricut Maker, I have cut my star-shaped pattern out of Star Dream metallic cardstock in gold. This is what the label looks like from cut cardstock. And I have scored it as well. So the next thing I need to do is just fold along all the score lines. And I'm going to use a bone folder to just make sure that those are folded nice and crisp. So the first ones I'm folding here are the tabs around the outside of the star. Alright, and then I'll just open those up so that they're not in the way. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the center of the stars up so that the seam is coming up towards me. And I'm going to do that for all the star points. And then you can see the ones in between go the opposite direction. So I'm just giving those a pinch. So as I fold the point to the center, then I'm going to fold the negative spot down. So there is what it looks like folded. Hi. Okay, I have cut 2 of these out and folded off camera. So the next thing I'm going to do is, because I want mine to hang, I have taken a bit of coordinating colored twine and I'm just going to lay that right there on a point of the star, and I am going to attach it with some tacky glue along that seam. Alright, and then we just need to let that sit and dry. Okay, that could also work with hot glue if you wanted to attach it with hot glue. Then the next step, because this is thick cardstock, I want to work with my tabs, and I am going to put this red double stick tape. And I'm just using small pieces of it, but I am applying it to each tab. And this will hold it together once we put both sides with each other. Alright, so I only have 2 more left here, and I've already done the other side off camera. So let me go in and fix this one. I haven't really pushed it down, so I can easily lift and stick that down. Alright, now make sure that they're all down nice and tight, and then I'll show you on the other one. I have done that already. So the next step is that we're going to put these two together like so. Other thing I should tell you is that when I cut this out, I cut it out the largest dimension to be about 7 inches. So you can see that it's about the size of my hand. You could do this in whatever size you would desire. Alright, so I think I'm going to lift you up just a little bit so that you can see what I'm talking about as I go to put these together. So, okay, hopefully that's a good spot. Now what I'm going to do is work slowly, and I'm also going to need some kind of little tool that I can get inside the points and work. So I am just using a paintbrush. A skewer would work. I feel like my round bone folder is too large to get in there, so I'm going to set that away. And I shouldn't need my scissors anymore either. So just slowly, I am going to peel off the tape from each point, and then we're going to place them together. So here is the coordinating point. It doesn't really matter which point. And then I'm going to line up the point and the fold along that line and along that line. And this one we can actually push flat and then get our paintbrush in there to pop up along that seam. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and do that for the other points, and then I will come back and show you what that looks like. So once again, I'll just do one more here on camera. I'm going to peel the tape off, or the protecting layer off of the double-sided tape. Now this is that fine line, or red, sometimes called red double stick tape, and it is much stronger than traditional double-sided tape. So you want to be able to have something that will hold this together quite well. So now I'm just taking my paintbrush, if you can see, and I'm pushing along those sides to make sure that they are attached. Okay, and then the only time it's going to get tricky is when we get down, of course, to the last one. So I'll be back as soon as we're done with that. So I am down to my last 2 points, and I have peeled off the red liner, and I have the flaps, all the flaps on the outside of the star. So now I'm just going to kind of pinch and get those to go inside each of the points. Okay, and so once I have them inside, I just make sure they're lined up. Okay, now I can pinch along those sides to make sure that they're sticking well, and then I'm going to pinch in towards the star to make it three-dimensional. And since we've got our twine in there, it will just hang from that twine. And so there is our finished star. And like I said, I made this one about 7 inches across. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than that because of the dimension. So let me just double check, and so you have an idea of, if you make it, it's still pretty close to 7 inches, just a little bit shy of 7 inches. So you'd be good with whatever dimension you want your star to be when it's finished to kind of cut that size. It's only going to shrink down maybe 1/4 of an inch or so is what I'm seeing with that pattern. So if you wanted to, if some of these open seams are bothering you, you could go in there and touch it with a little bit of glue and push those together. Mine doesn't bother me, and so there is our finished star, and I will have the free SVG file for you to cut your own as well. This post is in collaboration with Cut Cardstock, who provided me with cardstock to make this project for you.